Boogie, a lot of focus on the defense this week. What has you guys' message been, and are there any scheme changes afloat?
Yeah, just to kind of be ourselves, kind of get that swag back we know we have, play the way we know how to play, and just kind of go in there with a chip on our shoulder, attack every single practice like it's a game, every single period, every single rep we all take. We just have to really attack it and give our best shot at it.
Tonka used that phrase, chip on the shoulder, as well. These last couple of days practicing, have you noticed that you guys are out there practicing, like, kind of have something to prove here coming up?
I mean, I feel like I would say yeah to that, just because it's one of those things, go back, watch the tape. There's so many times where it was just one more play or just a better play here, or we're in great position, just make the play, and so we know what kind of defense we are. We know what type of players we have. I know who's behind me to my right and left, and I know they're great players. I know they can do anything they want to. And so when we all know that, it's kind of like one of those things where we're just, hey, let's go do it. It's time. Let's show what we know we can do.
Boogie, what do you remember about the Missouri game most from last season, and what do you think of their offense from what you've seen on film?
To be quite honest, from last season, what I remember the most, I kind of put all that stuff away, but just now that it's Missouri week, going back, rethinking on it, it's just going to be a physical, fourth quarter war. It's the SEC game. It's a great team. They have a good offense. They can run the ball, throw the ball, and so, give them all the respect, but I just know it's going to be a fourth quarter battle. It's going to be a war, and so just get myself prepared.
Boogie, going back and watching the tape the other day, what's just the most frustrating part about it all?
The most frustrating part, first and foremost, the loss. That I feel like that's with anything. It's just at the end of the day, if the scoreboard isn't in our favor, that's the worst part. But besides that, just realizing how close we were. Or football is a game of inches, and it gets smaller every level you go. And so at SEC, it's already pretty close. So knowing how close we were, or just a different step here, or a different hand here, whatever the case may be, just knowing that it was right there and we didn't get it done, that's probably the worst part.
You were here in 2020 when this team had some kind of extended struggles. What do you say to a younger player kind of going through an extended slump like this, maybe for the first time?
Yeah, well, one, our record doesn't show the caliber team we are. We're a better team than that. We have better coaches, better players. And so that it might be how it is now, but that's not something we plan on having the season end as. And I told him I've been a part, of a season that didn't end too well, and that's not a feeling you want to have. It's never something you want. And as a competitor, you never want to lose. So I feel like as the guys, you don't really have to tell them too much, because every game, the guys we have in here, they're all competitors. They all want to win. I don't really have to motivate too much or try and help these young guys get it going, because everybody here wants to win. We all want the same thing. So they've been pretty good just getting right to work.
On Saturday, there were a lot of deep pass plays connected, and Coach Beamer was trying to say, hey, the DBs were doing their job for a lot of the thing, but we need to get the pressure home. When those pass plays are completed, how much do you guys as D linemen kind of take responsibility and kind of put the onus on yourself of okay, we need to get more pressure and make sure we're getting home?
Yeah, that's another, just going back to the competitive thing. I feel like a lot of us out there, no matter the position, if the play doesn't go the way you want it to, you always find a way to put it on yourself, just because there's always more you can do. No matter what you're doing, no matter if the play wasn't on your side, or it would have been really hard to affect the play, get it done, make it happen. So we're all competitors out there. So no matter what it is, if it doesn't go in favor of Gamecocks, all of us are kind of looking at ourselves like that's on us.
You talked about your experience about being on a team where things were not going so well late in the season. With the younger guys and the guys who have transferred in, do you talk about the last two seasons under Coach Beamer where you got better as the season went on and went on to have a pretty good year?
Yeah, like you said, in the past seasons sometimes we've had a rough start or we've been in positions where our record isn't what we wanted it to be, but we've also, risen up and done great things after that. So I feel like that's just case in and of itself, that no matter where the record is or what just happened, it's not about the past. You know, we're not looking in the rearview mirror really. We're looking straight ahead. We're looking forward. And so it's kind of just everybody, you know, on one mission, on one goal.
Not to immediately ask you about the past after you just said that,
Yeah.
but does it add anything for you when there's a trophy on the line, especially one that the team and the school hasn't gotten to touch in quite a few years at this point?
Yeah, every game played in the SEC, out of conference, no matter what, it means a lot. But sure, you know, trophy game's a trophy game. It's simple as that. Being in the SEC, it feels like every game is a trophy game. It feels like every game's a rivalry game. That's just how it is. But it definitely does. You know, it means just as much as the other games, but it's just that little extra little thing in there that it makes you want it a little bit more. Appreciate y'all.